What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And, I want to discuss something. We have the upcoming fight, the unification between um, Robert Easter and Mikey Garcia. And that's a highly anticipated fight because, somebody's O must go. And I was recently looking at a video, listening to the interview by Easter, and Easter basically saying that Mikey Garcia will be easy work, and he's looking forward to other unifications, in that particular weight class. And, I got to talk about that a bit. Robert Easter is a good fighter. He's a tall fighter that he really doesn't, as of recent, hasn't used his height. He doesn't use his height in previous fights. And, he fights like a smaller fighter, so he gives up a lot. I don't know if, him changing trainers will make him any difference. I've seen some of his sparring; it looked impressive. He always been a sharp shooter. His punches have been accurate, and I like the way he delivers his punch. But again, he likes to fight on the inside, so that height advantage really doesn't mean much unless, again, his trainer is teaching him how to use his height, and his reach. So we'll see. But I wanted to talk about the interview. The interview was basically, him saying how easy it's going to be fighting Mikey Garcia. I'll say this about any fighter. You don't know until you get in there. And I don't think that I think it's premature for him to say words like that. I mean, I can understand it could be a confidence booster or, just words of encouragement or confidence. But it comes off kind of cocky, and I'm going to tell you why it comes off kind of cocky. If Robert Easter learned anything about his previous opponents, it should have been Javier Fortuna. Fortuna actually, in my opinion, beat Robert Easter, and he said the same claim when it came to fighting, Fortuna. Hey, it's going to be an easy fight. I don't know who he is. He basically overlooked him, and he got outbeat. The only way I see him winning the fight would be because of the 2 points deducted from Fortuna, because Fortuna did whack him behind the head a few times. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was in the second round. So, I thought that was kind of premature, but hey, rabbit punches should be taken seriously, and I'll be the one to tell you that, But but yeah, if it wasn't for that, he would have lost that fight. Because he did not win that fight. He was the one that was hurt. He wasn't the hardest puncher in there. Fortuna had the heavy hands. And then he overlooked Fortuna and underestimated Fortuna. So if he thinks he's gonna do that with Mikey Garcia, which is probably the number 4, number 5 pound for pound, okay? If he thinks that, we will see. And he's sadly mistaken. Because a guy like Garcia, he calls out everybody. He's a hungry lion. You know what I'm saying? He's a savage. He won't let you beat him. He has a desire. And then I was really impressed because, Michael Garcia went through like promotional problems back in the day. And it was one of those situations where, a lot of times when a fighter like, that has a long layoff like that, when they come back, they're not the same fighter, because they're a lot rustier. They've lost that time in the ring that they supposed to had in the ring to either improve or to show themselves, because timing is everything. You might, in those 2 years or whatever, that layoff that he was in, that could have cost him some. But when Mikey Garcia came back, it's like he lost no time. He did like a Mayweather, because Mayweather, every time Mayweather came back, he was just as good as he was when he left. So, that's just got to be someone that, the makings of a great fighter. So if Mikey Garcia gets in there and does what he needs to do against Easter, it would be another stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Because Robert Easter is an undefeated fighter, still on paper, right? And I look forward to the fight. I just want to know what Easter's new trainer is going to add to his, arsenal. So, but Mikey Garcia always wants to fight. And I'm gonna tell you about Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, he called out Earl Spence. I mean, who have you seen? I mean, besides Amir Khan, and Amir Khan kind of said, "I'll fight Earl Spence," but you know what I mean. Mikey Garcia called out Earl Spence. You know what I mean? Let that sink in. You know, Mikey Garcia is at 135 pounds, gentlemen. Talking about going up 12 pounds to fight one of the hardest, most avoidable guys there right now. You know what I mean? Which is Earl Spence. And that's a fact. Okay. So anyone that's hungry enough or fierce enough or brave enough to take on Earl Spence, he's a force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to give Mikey Garcia props for just having the cojones to go in there and want to fight or take on a harder fight. You know, and I understand styles make fights, but I think Robert Easter, you know, is really, I think he's overlooking Mikey Garcia, or he was just talking smack. And let's just hope that's what it is, because if he goes in there and fights a fight like he fought with Fortuna, he's going to lose. Because Mikey Garcia he never comes to lose. He's 38-0 with 30 knockouts, which he doesn't come to lose. You know what I'm saying? So, look, it is what it is. But those remarks, it trips me out, you know, the remarks people make. You know what I mean? Before a fight and then after the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's like, you know, before the fight, it's just big shit talk. You know what I mean? And then when they get beat, they're just, you know, oh, well, man, you know, oh, man, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. You know, this, that, and the other. Because that reality happens. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think Mikey Garcia, you know, and Robert Easter is going to have a great clash. And I hope they're about their business, man. You know, I wanna, you know, the weigh-in's tomorrow, and by the time the weigh-in, this video will be downloaded. You know, I'll be watching the weigh-in live. You know, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think about Robert Easter. You know, his remarks, his style, his whatever. You know, these two fighters. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.